As Frontier Local Schools prepares to welcome students back from summer vacation, kids in grades 3 through 6 will be the first students to attend the district's restructured elementary schools. Our Chase Campbell talked to the superintendent about why they're making the change and what it means for students.
I'm here outside of the building that has served as Newport, Ohio's elementary school for years. In just over a week, students here and at the former Matamoros Elementary School will walk into a building with a new name and a new purpose for students in Frontier Local Schools. Matamoros becomes Frontier Primary, serving students K through 2, and Newport becomes Frontier Intermediate, serving grades 3 through 6. According to Superintendent Ryan Caldwell, consolidating students by grade level across the two schools allows a small district like Frontier to make better use of its limited resources, improving students' educational opportunities.
We had buildings that had 100 kids in it, and you would have teachers that were by themselves at the grade level. So I was a first grade teacher. I'm the first grade teacher, so I didn't have anybody to bounce ideas off of. So now that you have a team of teachers, they're able to collaborate and work collectively to provide high quality education for kids.
Finances played a part in the decision to restructure too. Caldwell says the school was able to eliminate several positions through attrition, teachers retiring or moving on to other opportunities, without going through a reduction in force, saving about $500,000.
You're saving this money, which is desperately needed for our district, and we were able to actually provide even more services for our students while saving this money. So we're really excited about that.
The superintendent says the district didn't jump into restructuring without considering how it would impact the community, with school officials hosting meetings to discuss the move with families. Those meetings revealed concerns.
Change is hard for anyone, so you go through ups and downs of emotions. So some people are passionate because that's been their home forever, and their little baby, they don't want them to have to travel 15 minutes or more on the bus, which we understand.
Caldwell says the district was mostly able to allay those worries, or at least demonstrate why the change was worth it.
But once you explain to them the educational benefits, the educational services we'll be able to provide, and then the financial savings, and let them know that we love kids and we care about the kids, and our teachers are great in every single building.
Making the change meant a lot of work over the summer, moving half the district's staff to a new building, planning new bus routes, new schedules. Fortunately, Caldwell says that work is done, and the district's teachers and other staff are as ready as they ever are for the new semester.
We're ready to go. I mean, obviously, start of the school year, you always have some logistical things to try to figure out whether you made this move or you didn't make this move. But we've put a lot of time, effort, and energy into trying to make sure that this transition runs as smoothly as possible for our kids.
Caldwell says they're entering the school year confident and excited about what the changes mean for students and teachers alike. Classes start on August 20th. In Newport, I'm Chase Campbell for WTAP News.